What really happens in her heart when she sees you finally moved on? Not just pretending, not just trying to make her jealous, not sending those cryptic Instagram stories or casually liking her photos just to stir a reaction. No, this time it's different. You're not playing games. You're not faking detachment to provoke a response. You are genuinely, deeply, and stoically gone emotionally, mentally, spiritually. And the moment she didn't expect this, she senses that it strikes something in her heart that she wasn't ready for. Here's the truth. She didn't expect this. And trust me, no matter how things ended, it's not what she wanted. Let's lay it bare. When a man truly lets go, not out of bitterness, not out of pettiness, but from a place of clarity, growth, and inner peace, she feels it. And no, not in the way social media tells you she will. Not through guilt, not through revenge. She feels it like ashift in the energy. She once took for granted, and it shakes her reality in ways that she can't even articulate to herself. But what exactly is happening in her mind? What are the emotions that rise up when she realizes you've really let go? More importantly, why should this matter to you, the man who's finally stepping into his power? Stick with me? Because once you see this entire process, once you truly understand the female psychological experience through a stoic lens, you'll never look at moving on the same way again. And by the end of this video, silence, you'll have one of two things. Peace or power? Maybe both. Let's begin. 1. The quiet shock of your silence. She's used to a certain rhythm in relationships, especially the chaotic endings. You know the kind, the late night, are you up? Texts, the random arguments that turn into makeup sessions, the passive-aggressive social media posts, the subtle breadcrumbs. She's used to thedance, the predictable push and pull, a breakup that never really breaks, a goodbye that always loops back into another hello, but then nothing. Radio silence, no contact, no just checking in messages, no dramatic status updates or songs that clearly scream heartbreak. You're just gone. That silence, it's no tempty. It's thunderous. It doesn't whisper. It screams. Because now, in the absence of your energy, she realizes something unsettling. You're not biting her anymore. You're not hovering around her digital world. You're not dropping emotional clues or offering her the comfort of being wanted just a little. And deep down, even if she was the one who ended things, she never really expected you to stop rerouting your emotional GPS back to her. But now you have. And that's when it starts. The curiosity, the confusion, the creeping question in the back of her mind. Wait, did I misjudge his value? Did I let go of something real? And that curiosity, that's the gateway drug to regret. 2. The ego's collapse. Now here's where it gets more intense. Regret may have entered the room, but what comes next hits deeper. Because this phase is no longer just emotional, it starts to attack her self-image. Here go. See, there's a hidden belief that lives quietly in the minds of many women, especially those who are attractive or used to male attention. If a man loved me once, he'll always love me. That belief can be subtle. Sometimes security, it's even unconscious, but it's powerful. It gives her security, comfort, a belief that no matter what happens, she'll always be remembered, missed, wanted. But now you've shattered that by not chasing, by not reacting, by not clinging. You didn't insult her. You didn't try to prove her wrong. You simply moved forward. That's not just walking away. That's destroying the narrative she had about herself through silence alone. She thought she had a permanent lease inside your mind. But now she realizes that she's been evicted and the space has been redecorated with peace, discipline, and purpose. It's like showing up to the VIP club she always had access to and suddenly realizing she's standing in line without a wristband. And the bouncer, that's mirror effect your new mindset. The stoic man doesn't delete or destroy. He simply outgrows. And that quiet evolution is louder than any revenge post or rebound girl you could flaunt. 3. The mirror effect. So what happens when she realizes not only that you're gone, but that you're doing better without her? Now the emotional tension shifts entirely. This is when your calm becomes a mirror. Your peace becomes a reflection. Your growth becomes a silent message. She looks at you and sees what she's not. Stable, grounded, clear, and suddenly, the comparison begins. Your silence versus her noise. Your confidence versus her self-doubt. Your maturity versus her impulsive decisions. That mirror hurts because now the man she thought would always wait is now leading. Not chasing, not reacting, just building. And that realization, it makes her question not just you, but herself. Because when you stopped giving her attention, she didn't just lose validation from you. She lost validation within herself. And here's the twist. The less she understands why you're at peace, the more chaotic she feels. You ever seen a cat knock a glass off the table just to see it fall? That's kind of what this phase feels like for her. It's not about the glass. It's about the power to affect something. And now she realizes she no longer has that power over you. So what happens next? 4. The return attempt. Return attempt, here it comes. The DM, the hey, stranger text, the accidental heart on a 3-month-old Instagram photo, maybe even a comment under a story. Why? Because your absence created a vacuum. And nature, especially emotional nature, hates a vacuum. You didn't slam the door. You left it open, but you walked away. And that subtlety, that grace, it triggers something much deeper than jealousy. Now she wants to test. Are you really gone? Are you truly over her? But don't be fooled. Her curiosity doesn't always mean commitment. Sometimes she's not trying to rebuild the relationship. She's trying to reclaim the power she felt when you wanted her. She's trying rewrite the ending to rewrite the ending, not because she loves you again, but because she can't stand not being the one to decide the ending. And here, my friend, is where many men stumble. They confuse the text, the "I've been thinking about you," as a second chance. But what it really is a test. 5. The Stoic test. Now the spotlight's on you, not on her. Because the Stoic test, when she returns, it's not about what she says, it's about how you respond. Will you fold? Will you fumble your peace for temporary passion? Will you reach for validation that you no longer need? This moment is powerful because it reveals whether your stoicism is real or just a performance. A true Stoic doesn't fear temptation. He simply sees through it. He recognizes the emotional games, the subtle manipulation, and doesn't react. He reflects. And that makes him a Rari breed. When she sees that her return didn't shake your foundation, that you're still composed, centered, and grounded, she doesn't just see a man she once dated. She sees a man who has become untouchable, and that is irresistible. Not because you chased, but because you didn't. Act 6. The long-term impact. Now we zoom out. Weeks pass, maybe months. Your life evolves. New goals, new purpose, maybe even a new relationship. You're building. Not loudly, not for attention, but in silence, like real men do. And from a distance, she watches. Not always openly, but trust me, she watches. She sees the glow-up, not the physical one, but the energetic one. The man who once texted her. The Stoic one paragraphs now posts books about discipline and growth. The man who used to beg for attention now gives none because he's too busy mastering himself. And that man leaves the deepest imprint. Not the loud one, not the dramatic one, the Stoic one. Here's the final irony. She didn't want you to move on. Note really. Even if she said it, even if she acted like it, because when you finally did, she realized she was no longer the center of a story. She was just a chapter. And once a man reclaims his pen, he writes better stories. Without her, your closure is you. If you're a man who's moved on or trying to remember this, you don't need closure from her. You are the closure. The man who once texted her paragraphs now posts books about discipline and growth. The man wows to beg for attention now gives none because he's too busy mastering himself. And that man leaves the deepest imprint. Not the loud one, not the dramatic one, the Stoic one. Here's the final irony. She didn't want you to move on. Note really. Even if she said it, even if she acted like it, because when you finally did, she realized she was no longer the center of a story. She was just a chapter. And once a man reclaims his pen, he writes better stories without her. Your closure is you. If you're Amen who's moved on or trying to remember this, You don't need closure from her. You are the closure. You don't need to your closure as you prove anything. Your silence is the proof, and your peace, that's your power. You were never trying to win her back. You were trying to win yourself back, and you did. If this resonated with you, don't let it stop here. Like the video, subscribe for more, and do one thing for the brother who needs to hear this. Share it, because this world, it needs fewer emotionally reactive men and more stoic, grounded kings. Until next time, stay centered, stay silent, stay powerful.